Meanwhile, the tourism department has assured those visiting South Africa that measures have been put in place to ensure their safety. The department says it has spent over 170 million rand that has been allocated to protect tourists this festive season. More than 2,000 tourism monitors have been deployed to the country's key tourist attraction sites. We're now joined by the Tourism Minister Patricia de Lille for more on this. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time this afternoon. This figure of 174.5 million rand, is that the amount that has already been spent to keep tourists safe in the country?
Yes, definitely, to deploy 2,300 tourism monitors to all 9 provinces, to sand parks and all the key tourist attractions. We deeply regret any attack on any of our visitors, and we are doing everything in our power as the 3 spheres of government to work together to ensure the safety of our tourists so that they can come back to our country again. The 174.2 million that national government made available for tourism monitors have already been deployed. We launched the program 2 weeks ago in Mpumalanga nearby the Kruger National Park, and we are working together with provinces and cities to make sure that the tourism monitors can add value to the task by the South African Police Service and also a local metro police in the city.
Okay. Ma'am, are tourism monitors a new thing?
Yes, it has been there before 2019, before COVID, but we have revised the whole program. We have, in partnership with the private sector, changed the training content of the tourism monitors, and it's now an accredited training course that will provide the NQF Level 3 certificate to the tourism monitors. And we have also further, in partnership with the private sector, that have developed an application called the Secure app that tourists can download when they arrive in our country, both domestic and international. That same app has been provided to the tourism monitors. And also from the private sector, we have established an operational center in Sandton at the end of August, whereby the monitoring will take place countrywide and make sure that there is an almost immediate response when there is a need and somebody has pressed the help button for the Secure app. So we do hope this partnership with the private sector, we will be able, with the police also, to provide safety to our local and international travelers.
So as a traveler, ma'am, you download this Secure app, and then on the Secure app, there is a panic button which will then get you in touch with the tourism monitor?
Yes, it will first of all get you in touch with the operational center. From the operational center, if it is a victim of crime, we've got over 300 private security companies linked to the app, including the South African Police Service. We've got over 200 medical institutions that will also respond to provide medical help. And then we also have developed an aftercare service whereby we are going to assist the tourists if it is by means of having to make a statement to the police, help to take down the statement, make sure that we contact, if it's an international visitor, we will contact the embassies. We also have translation services. So the private sector has made available what they call safety angels that will also mentor and work with the tourism monitors. So it is a first for us this year, and I'm very happy with the cooperation of all 3 spheres of government that we are getting. we are ecstatic that between January and October this year, we received 6.8 million. But just for the month of November alone, we've received 1 million visitors. So we're now standing at 7.8 million. And that is the figures that were released by Stats SA yesterday. So South Africa is a very, very attractive destination. And the benefit of tourism to our economy, we have seen over 6 billion rand spent by tourists just alone in this current financial year. So we are pulling out all stops during the festive season to be ready and able to respond to any stumbling blocks, any problems that all visitors, including our domestic visitors and travelers, our domestic market is really the bedrock of tourism. And I want to thank all of those thousands of women and men who are working in the lobbies of the hotels and the guest houses that are giving a service, hospitality service, and the hotels and all of them. I want to thank all of those people that are giving up their own festive season to make sure that our tourists receive the best that we can offer. We've got very warm-hearted South Africans, the Ubuntu spirit in welcoming our visitors to our shores. We can be very grateful for that.
Ma'am, you've mentioned tourism monitors, safety angels, the police, the private security. It sounds like quite a big operation. And so what is it that we have observed, maybe more so this year, when it comes to why we need to protect visitors in the country? Because you'll get that odd story here and there that a German tourist has been killed, etc., etc. But do we have a detailed report in terms of how bad the situation is of people not necessarily coming from South Africa but visiting the country have been attacked?
Well, currently we are fortunate that normally it is just when an international tourist gets attacked in our country that it will go all over. But we have put together a communication strategy to deal with any attack. And for that, we have got a special task team that will handle the communication of an attack on a local or an international tourist. Because we also have to send out the message that over 90% of tourists visiting our country are safe. But at the same time, we regret an attack on any visitor, local and international. So it is a massive collaboration effort that we are attempting this year. 2 weeks ago, when I was in the province of Mpumalanga, where we deployed over 200 tourism monitors, I've seen even the private sector coming forward and gave an additional 5 million rand to Mpumalanga Tourism Authority there. So it is an effort by both the public and private sector that we want to monitor this year. I will be on standby. I'm only taking a few days off next year because it's the busiest period for the tourism sector that we are currently in. And I want to thank those visitors that made South Africa their choice of visit. We have received a number of international awards just in this year and as a preferred destination. So that is the image that we need to protect as both the public sector and the private sector.
The tourism monitors, did you get them from institutions of higher learning? How were they onboarded? And what is their job?
Well,
what is their job? Because you've got the safety angels, the police is clear, private security is clear. Yes. What will the tourism monitors actually do?
Well, first of all, we have recruited all the tourism monitors from the database of the Presidential Employment Program. They have got a database of unemployed young people especially. So they've all been recruited from there. where we were not able to find the exact number, we had also approached local municipalities to get unemployed people from that database. So their main duties will be patrolling the identified sites that are visited quite often by tourists. They report any crime to the police. They assist tourists with any support necessary. They will guide them, and they will also help us to provide that aftercare service in the event a tourist has been attacked. So they're going to play a vital role at the key tourist attraction. And we even have got an app together with the CSIR that will be tracking the movements of the tourism monitors, because we're also concerned about their safety. It's a massive operation, but the partnership with the private sector, I'm very confident that we will do better this year.
All right. The private sector, is the department picking up the bill?
No, we are sharing the cost. For instance, Table Mountain has been in the media quite a bit for the past few weeks, and there, together with South African National Parks, we will soon be deploying at least 40 tourism safety monitors that will help SANParks to patrol Table Mountain, Signal Hill. So the cost is borne partly by the Department of Tourism, but then the private sector is also chipping in some support.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time this afternoon.
Thank you.
Tourism Minister Patricia de Lille.